What's up, guys? This one goes good tonight. Hope everybody can hear me. Good to see everybody. Mims, Stephanie, Mama Z, Hidden and myself, Fairy Tale Creation in the house. Let me know, guys, if you hear me well. I got 16 thumbs up and 7 on. I need to adjust my light real quick. I always forget to do that. That's much better. I got an A and an X. Is that like X's and O's? I'm not sure. Let's scoot this back to touch. That's coming down. That'll work. Nadine, how are you? She Bears Acres. JC, Horgan Homestead, how are you? Michelle P. Grammy Carol, what's up, family? Ivan, what's going on? Big Dutch from across the pond. Is the volume and the picture okay tonight? I've got a little better signal going on. I don't know what's happened, but from going from having 1 bar or no bars at all and doing lives, I've actually got 2 to 3 bars tonight is what it's running. So hopefully it'll continue. Got a good live going on tonight. We should have some fun. Wolfie Nation, what's going on, my brother? Penny Pitcher, how are you? The Appreciate Tiny House, how are you? I think that's what this is. Appreciate. The Appreciate. The Hive and Homestead, what's going on? Volume is fine. Pixel, is it really pixelated tonight? I just now got a notification that we're live. So, trying to figure out, make sure we're good to go. Should be a good one tonight. We're gonna get into stuff. I forgot to Lisa, how are you? Lisa Lee. Dawn, how are you? I forgot last week because we got cut off earlier to get Gemini Homestead, what's going down? Pizza Homestead, what's going down? To get subject, but I've got subject this week. It's kind of a good week to have forgotten. I have a package I'm sending out to y'all soon. I get it, everything together. Thank you very much. Pinch a Penny Homestead, that's awesome. We got some packages today I'll share with you guys tonight, which is awesome. Once again, didn't have a name on it. I think I know who sent them, but we'll leave that between us. ELYN got a beautiful little farm set, which she loved. So let's see here. Buddy Nash, how are you? Moved North Homestead, what's going on? Just trying to catch up. We got 31 and 40 people on and 31 thumbs up. So crush that thumbs up for me tonight, guys. We got another video coming out tomorrow. It's already in the chute, ready to go. It'll launch tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning. It is a homeschooling video, the first one we've done of those so far. So hopefully some people will get a good idea from that. We're going to be putting out some more of those. Christy Bates, how are you? We're going to talk tonight about some other plans we have that are going to go on. Carol, how are you? And go in there. This live will only last 1 hour tonight. And the reason this live is only going to go for 1 hour tonight is because we are going to jump off of here because Two Family Homestead has a special live that they're going to do right after us. I've already talked to Daryl and worked that out. So I agreed to jump off early so he could at least get some things done. So anyway, 1 hour is what we're going to rock out tonight. So we're going to get everything going. We probably won't say introductions as long as we usually do. We'll go to 10 after. We're going to read scripture. Then we're going to get into the Constitution. And obviously I'll be combining all of those in together. Did you change your channel name. Move North Homestead. Mims wants to know Move North Homestead if you change your name, Diana. Trying to catch everybody as they come in. I am the channel formerly known as Pomona Ponderosa. That's cool. I can actually say Move North Homestead. Tinker's wife, how are you? Built on the Rock Homestead, how are you? Trying to catch everybody as you come out. Busy little house. What's up, Karen? Good to see you. I haven't got to talk to you. Back to Roots Stead, how are you? North Star Prep Steader, what's going on? Hoping for tonight. You'll like tonight's live. I think you're going to enjoy it. Rustic Tradition Homestead, Geeky Garden, how are you? Hit that thumbs up for me, guys. We're real close to having 50 on and 40. We only have 46 thumbs up for me. So if you've not hitting it, let me know. Cherry Snow, what's going on? She Bear Acres, are you going to beat Baker Creek for the Spring Festival in May? I don't know. We'll find out. I don't know. I got my coffee cup. Got to have coffee tonight. So I think I've hit in Southern Blessed Homestead. How are you tonight? So we're going to do chapter. I am going to read just a few verses from this chapter because I think these verses go great in today. And if I try to read this entire chapter, we'll be here longer than an hour just talking about it. But what we're going to read tonight is from Exodus, and we're going to read chapter 14, 13, and 14, verse 13 and 14 is what we're going to be doing. Don't forget to mention the gathering, please. Yes, guys, we will be at the Deep South Gathering. Mims will post the information. If you guys need to do that, go on to the Eventbrite and get your free tickets. It's going to be in March, and we will be able to have fun with that. For some reason, my battery is reading that is not working. Let me go make sure this is plugged up right, guys. Hold on. Ooh. Oh, it's plugged up right on the solar power. It's just not plugged up right here. Let's get that plugged in here. There we go. Now we'll be able to make it through the night. So, yeah, there's the information right there. Mims's Garden's going to be there. Fairy Tale Creations going to be there. Deep South's going to be there, obviously. Wonderful channels, wonderful get-together. It's a one-day event, if I'm not mistaken, but I think there's quite a few that'll be around for the whole weekend. Make it fun. Yeah, it does work better if I plug it in. It'll be a fun and amazing time, so I hope to see a bunch of you guys down there. So, Hardknight Farm, how are you? Let's see. Yep, there you go. There's all the information. Mims just put it out. It just popped through, so we'll be good to go there. So, don't forget to go over and check out Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds. Another great one. I'm working on another partnership right now too. We'll let you know about that later. If that one works out, that'll be awesome for all of you guys. You guys are going to enjoy that one. I'm enjoying it, using it personally on my own dime. But I liked it so much, I reached out to them, and hopefully we'll see you there. Look forward to seeing you too again, Southern Blessed Homestead. That's going to be amazing. Guys, don't take it wrong if I can't remember names. I'm horrible at remembering my own name, so please don't take that personally. Mims, Miss Anna, and Jen still get called by Mims's Garden and Fairy Tale Creation when I refer to them, and sometimes, even though I know both of their names very well. But I love y'all, and it's my brain doesn't function all the way sometimes. I'm bad too, Chris. Yeah, absolutely. Chris, I buffered bad when you were addressing me were you asking me a question? No, North Star Home Prep Center. I was not. I was just saying you might want to stick around. We're going to talk about Constitution and Fourth Amendment tonight. So if you start buffering tonight, guys, try to reset, because I am looking like I'm doing pretty good on my end. A lot more bars than I've had the last 3 or 4 or 5 times. Hey, Max, what's going on? Good to see you guys. Moon Farm, how are you? Good to see you. Making lemons from making lemonade from lemons. How are you? Duncan 1900, how are you? I'm glad everybody's here. I hope everybody enjoyed the Max before this, and we're over there, and now you're coming over as a wonderful family. But Leanne's live, what's going on? Tell that polar bear I said hello. I need to message him and at least say hello. Today was a blessed day, and we'll get into that afterward, but we're going to read some scripture before we get into my blessed day and share that with you. I know there's been lots of craziness going on here lately in our YouTube community and our wonderful wonderful community that we have. There's been some craziness on it, and I had a couple of questions, a couple of things that I was asked about that I'm going to address tonight. All righty, so let me get this open. So if you want to open up your beautiful good book and you want to go to Exodus chapter 14, we're going to read, it's going to be a short passage today. We're reading Exodus chapter 14, verses 13 and 14. And we're going to read these. We're going to talk about these. And I think that it'll hit home and hopefully give some relief to those that are concerned. Because right now I know for sure that there is at least 15 or 20 people watching this that have big concerns about safety right now that are not commenting in the chat tonight, which is a shame. I love you all, but I understand. So thank you very much for being here, even though you're silent and in the background. Freaky Geek, how are you? And welcome. So let's get into reading some scripture tonight. For even my good, beautiful friends that aren't believers in my God, listen to what I'm getting ready to read, because I think it transcends just this good book, but into I'll read it and you take it for what you need to take it for. Okay. Moses answered the people, "Do not be afraid, stand firm, and you will see the deliverance the Lord will bring you today. The Egyptians you see today, the Egyptians you see today, you will never see again. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still." That's all I'm reading. Translate that over to what we're going on into this community. Be still. Listen. Watch what we're doing. Be sound in the Lord and be sound within yourself. Be sound in what you have in this community, in your household, and in your relationships. Be sound. Be still. Listen and have respect for all things. Have respect for yourself and God foremost. Have respect for that other individual that you have in your life. Have respect for your children and everybody that you pass until they give you a reason not to respect them. Now, I know that we have some issues going on in this community. I know that we have some issues going on in this country, in this world, in all of our communities. I ask you to have respect. I'm not telling you to be afraid. I'm not telling you to back off. I'm not telling you to stand behind and not do anything. Have your voice, have it loud, have it proud. And when you have to throw one of these, throw one and have no regrets about it. Help that individual out after it and respect. But when evil turns up and shows its face in front of you, you have to put it down. And a lot of times the best way to put evil down is respect for what's around you. If you have faith and you'll be still, God will protect you. He will show you the way, and he will give you what you need. If that be through your hands, through your mouth, through your mind, or by turning around and walking away, he will guide you in that situation. Be still, my friends. That's where I want to be. Be still. Listen to what God's telling you. Listen to what your community wants and react on it. I love each and every one of you. I hate that we're having these issues that we're having today. But there's ways to protect yourself. There's ways to respect yourself and still take care of business when the time comes. We had a lot of conversation last night on Two Families Homestead. I think everybody that's on here knows the situation. Papa Pepper, good to see you. Love you too, brother. Getting started on Homestead. I'm seeing anybody else at Organic Raw, Root Farm. How are you? Suzanne Baker, how are you? Trying to catch names as we came through here that I've not seen. But we've got a lot of fear right now, and we don't need to have fear. We need to have respect. We need to respect the situation, and fear can't take over. If tonight something happens and we're on live, I'm telling you right now, I'm walking out like this. I'm going to talk to them. I went to my local PD tonight. I spoke to them. Their concern wasn't that great, but I did that. They know now that this is a potential issue. So with that being said, I'm not scared of much more than Jesus Christ himself. I'm scared of things that happen. I'm scared of the outcome of things that happen. But at time when I need to take care of business, I'm all business, and we'll take care of it, and we'll pay with what we need to pay afterward. But I'm respectful. I just want everybody to understand that it comes with respect for yourself. Then respect for everything else can come into play. If you can respect yourself, if you can love yourself, you can love everybody else. Not everybody deserves love. You heard me say that correctly. Not everybody deserves love. There are people, and I don't call them people, there are things out there in this world that are just pure evil. It's truth. We wouldn't be in today where we're at. But there's also immaturity, and I say this because I'm going to take it two sides. There's immaturity and young people doing things where, like it was referenced last night with Goatshaw Farms. He mentioned last night on the live when he was a guest on there that, they used to call and make prank calls to the Chinese restaurant to see the reactions. We used to make prank calls. We used to door knock and things of that nature. We did that as a kid. But that was the beginning. What we don't understand is that sounds innocent, but that was the beginning of the unraveling of that moral strand that we had. So now that moral strand started to get loosened, and it grew. So then it became, I can take something from a store, and I can shoplift from a store, and I can do this from a store. And it got bigger, and it got bigger, and it got bigger, and it got bigger. Now we've got people that are grown adults that are doing some of these things with the intent of being able to see someone on a live video be harmed. It's about a thrill. That thrill of making that phone call to see what that Chinese restaurant guys and how they react started that unwinding to where we are today. And that's the moral thread that we are missing. Dawn, thank you very much. I appreciate that. That helps out a ton. Emily Green, welcome in here tonight. I appreciate you being here. When we're talking about this stuff and we're going through and we're trying to look at where we are as a family in our home, and then our family in our community where we're at, a lot of these conversations that we're having right now can be squashed by being a part of your community. And that's the one thing that I think we are lacking in the homesteading community is as much as we preach and we ask and we go through all this stuff, I'll get to questions in a minute. I'm kind of on my soapbox right now, because this is one of the things, other than getting single people and single parents into homesteading and building that strong community. We are building a strong community within the homesteading community, but that strong community needs to be out within your regular community. Now, you guys know how I feel about the church. North Country Off Grid, what's going on, brother? We're going to get into the Fourth Amendment here in just a few minutes, so please stick around if you can, Chad. So when we're talking about this stuff and we're talking about community, you got to be active within it. It doesn't necessarily need to be politically active in it, but you need to be doing things in your community. Find something you're passionate about. If you're passionate about gardening, go find a community garden and share some of your knowledge. Throw some seeds at it. Do some things of that nature. Just had a car come zooming up through the driveway. It's my neighbor's son. Sorry. So when we're looking at this stuff, Little Feet Farm Homestead, how are you? When we're looking at this stuff and we're talking about it, community has to go beyond this little community that we have here on YouTube and that we have here set together in these communities where we're meeting up and going. We're spreading that, and that's great. But what we also have to remember is we have a community that's bigger, and that's what the United States of America is based on. Okay, so with that, I'm going to segue right in, since we're going to go for an hour tonight. I told him it'd be between 11 and 11:15, so he understands that we may be a little bit over settling onto his on two family. But with that being said, we're going to go into the Constitution, and we're going to read the Fourth Amendment tonight. We've already done the Fourth Amendment, but we're going to go into the Fourth Amendment because of an individual by the name of Steve. I hope Steve is on here tonight. I invited him to come on tonight. Steve is an anarchist. Steve asked a question last night on Two Family Homestead's channel, and I think Just the Other Life, thank you very much, may or may not be making a gift for ELYN. In my opinion, she will like it. You guys are awesome. Thank you again. That helps tons. And I can't wait to have you at my house and to just fellowship with you, Ivan, and your lovely wife. So thank you very much for that. So I'm going to just get into it. I'm going to read the Fourth Amendment, and then we can get in here. Now, like I've said before, tonight I'm going to give some opinion. Usually when we're reading the Constitution, I don't give opinion, because I want people to understand the word of the Constitution. I want you to understand what the Constitution means and the wording for it. I want you to understand what it is, and how it's said. Okay? So when I say that, you will understand. My fingers are not working in my constitutional little book here. By the way, with a show of thumbs up, how many of you have ran out and found one of these books? Just some thumbs up, and then we'll get into reading that. If you've actually found one of these and got one of these, I want to see a thumbs up, so that I know you guys have one and you can read along with me, so you can see that I'm not adding something to this. Don got one. Ivan's got one. Haven't been able to find one for the Tinkerer's Wife. If anybody goes out and finds these, pick up a stack of them and send them to me. If you don't mind, send me a bunch of them, and I'll try to get them out to people during events and stuff like that. So it would be cool. All right, we got some people on here that have got some. So if you happen to see them, you don't have to wipe them out. Get 2 or 3 of them, and if you don't mind, stick them in an envelope and send them to me, okay? Yeah, you can pick these up. These are great little pocket constitutions. They're good. Hey, Copper Kettle Farm, how are you? Yeah, I'll show you the cover and the back. This one is from Ron Paul's deal. Like I've said before, I've never found one of these at a Democratic. You can tell this one's traveled in my pocket a lot. I've got 2 or 3 of them, but I use them in different scenarios when I'm teaching. So I try to keep a hold of those. Cato Institute has them. That's what George. How are you? I'm glad to see you back. So, all right. So I'm going to read the Fourth Amendment for the word of what it is, and then we're going to get into what Steve's question was last night. And I'm going to answer Steve's question from my perspective on where we're at. And like I said, I hope Steve's on here. I hope that he might be sitting in the back. Steve, if you are on here, understand this. We're a very open-minded group. We're people of God, but we have people that are on here that are not. We have people on here that are anarchists. We have people on here, and people are going, "Huh, Chris? What are you talking about?" I guarantee you guys, there's other religious beliefs that are in here in this chat right now that their moral strand and moral beliefs are good. Okay, so here we go. Papa Pepper, would you like to be a moderator so that you can post stuff and links and stuff from stuff you've got going on? If you would like to do that, I will definitely add you as a moderator just so you can add links. You don't have to mod, but if you'd like to put some stuff out and things that you want, I'd be honored for that because you put out a lot of good information. So, okay, and I will. 80 and 80, let's do that. Awesome. So, all right. So here we go. And if anybody sees that Papa Pepper's answer to me on that one, let me know. Everybody that's come on that I've not said your name, Little Feet Homestead. I think that's the only one I've missed so far. Little Feet Farm Homestead. Okay. All right. So here we go. Fourth Amendment. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, house, paper, effects against unreasonable search and seizure shall not be violated, and no warrant shall be issued but under probable cause, supported by oath, affirmation, and particularly describe the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. So, I'm going to read it one more time so that you guys, I want you to listen to what I'm saying. And then this discussion will take more friend, and I'll explain what Steve's question was from last night. Okay. The right of the people to be secure in their person, house, papers, effects against unreasonable search and seizure shall not be violated, and no warrant shall be issued but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly described the place to be searched and the person or thing to be seized. Okay? So here's what's going to go on. Papa Pepper, I'm not waiting for your answer. I'm just adding you as a moderator now, and you can post whatever you need to post. You got free reign, brother. All right. So, Fourth Amendment. Here's Steve's question last night. Now, I'm saying this because this is what Steve said out of his own mouth. He said, all right, guys, I want to give you some food for thought. I am an anarchist, and I don't think that I think I'm paraphrasing here that that having SWAT teams should be illegal. We shouldn't have a militarized police force. They shouldn't be able to show up at your house and kick in your door and do things of that nature. So with that, you guys are not gonna you got to let me finish explaining, because we're going into opinion now. Okay. And I'm gonna put it out there. You're welcome, Papa Pepper. I'm gonna tell you guys my feelings about this, and I'm gonna tell you why I feel like this. Okay, so we have a police force, and I am a former law enforcement officer, and our police force has a reason to protect and serve the people, and that's the job they're meant to do. Now, we have been put into a circumstance to where those individuals that are police officers, and I'm going to kind of bounce around here a little bit, guys. Those police officers, Sharon Brasher, send me that in an email form, please, and I'll make that scripture for next week. But send it to me in an email, and we'll be good. Okay, so at the base of me, I don't think we should have SWAT teams. Under the circumstances that we live in today, they are a necessary evil. And when I say that, it is only because of the Fourth Amendment. All right, and so here's the way that I'm going to explain this. I see comments all the time in my chats and other chats and everything else where people are talking about the incompetency of their local sheriff's department, their local PD, their local this, that, and other. And that's usually based off of the individual guy that's driving around on the beat. You have situations now of school shootings, church shootings, mass shootings at concerts, things of this nature. If you truly feel that your local law enforcement on the core beat driving cop is incompetent, do you want that individual being the one that shows up to your school shootings? Do you want that individual being the one that shows up to a situation where, if you think that what I call the little man syndrome, where he's the guy that got beat up all the way through high school that decided to go through the academy and now has a badge and lets it go to his head, those are usually your bad cops. There are very few of those. Okay. But if that's what you think, then there's no reason that you are not a supporter of SWAT teams, because those guys are being taken out of that role for quite a bit of time, and they're putting through specialized training so that they can address those situations. Now, I got on last night on Two Family. I started talking about situations. The butcher, the baker, the queso maker was on there, and he asked the question about no knock versus knock warrants. If the SWAT team shows up to your home and the SWAT team kicks in your door and enters your house, they've went to a judge and they have the information that they needed to be able to enter into your home with a preponderance of evidence to be able to do that. Are there mistakes made? Absolutely. Do I make mistakes every day? Absolutely. Do you make mistakes every day? Absolutely. Are these mistakes magnified because of their job? Absolutely. But a no-knock warrant is kicking in their door and coming in your house and raiding your home because they've swore out an affidavit, our Fourth Amendment, and they have probable cause in place and seizure and things of what they're coming after into your home. If they do that, not in one case that I've heard about on any of these situations with the swatting thing that's gone on, there's not one case that's happened. There have been law enforcement showed up. They've had their weapons drawn. They've come in. They've told people to put their hands up. They've put them on the ground. That's for safety on both sides, guys. Okay? Respect. Those gentlemen are dealing with the scum of the earth on a regular basis. And I know we are good people. And I understand that it upsets you that someone can come put you face down in the mud or in the cow patty at your farm or whatever it is. But the truth is, you need to respect what they said. And I'll guarantee you, when it's over, you're going to get showered with love. When you're seen in town by these men and women, they're going to shower you with love. They're going to understand your situation. The next time something's called, if this is a repeating situation, they're going to help you. Respect is going to get you. You're going to feel somewhat disrespect. You're going to feel some disrespect. But it's because of the situation that these men and women are put in on a daily basis, because of the society that we live in. The moral string that used to hold our religious community together, to hold our moral community together, is broken. My morals are tested every day. My morals are tested in many different ways. The point is to have that strength to pull you back up when you slip down and you see yourself falling down a moral pit, to be able to climb back up of it, say, I'm here and I'm ready to go. I'm going to respect myself enough to be able to go on, going on. My service is killing this whole stream. I don't think your service is killing the whole stream. I'm not sure. But when you're coming into that, this is a total, let's address North Country Off Grids on here. This is a total, the Fourth Amendment is exactly what's being violated in North Country's situation. they're using this has nothing to do with law enforcement. They're using a what they are considering a legal obligation or a legal right through the communities and the counties to come in and use a branch of government to come in and enter his personal place, space, home, paperwork, documentation, his YouTube channel, the whole 9 yards. His Fourth Amendment rights are being crushed. A tactical situation where a SWAT team shows up to your house because someone's being stupid and made a phone call and has done that stuff, they are responding to something that could be crazy. Because here's the thing: if someone made that same type of call to your church, on your church or your school system, or where your kids go to school, or the grocery store that you happen to be in, you're going to want those people there. So it's a very slippery line, and a very different line when you're talking about SWAT teams coming in to do a job that's there, that they've either sworn an affidavit at, or they know or have probable cause that an immediate threat is happening, versus someone using a legal system or a governmental body to violate your Second Amendment or your Fourth Amendment rights. You have the right to be sound in those things. So my answer, and the reason that I'm going in this, is to answer Steve's question about the Fourth Amendment, about SWAT teams violating your rights under the Fourth Amendment. I don't think you have a violation of rights underneath the Fourth Amendment until you find out that someone swore out under oath, affirmation, and they went through their whole process to swear it out. That's the situation we're in right now with Donald Trump. You have people that swore to an affidavit to go get information that they knew was untruth to go do that. That's not a political statement. That's a legal statement. The law was broken to obtain the warrant to be able to go through and do the searching and seizing of information against Donald Trump. Right there, whoever signed that paperwork should be in prison. Period. There's no questions about it. So I'm going to go over here and read a couple of these comments. If people have comments, please put them up there. Officers have families to go home to also while keeping other families safe. Gemini Homestead, absolutely. There, if you have an opportunity, go on and look up the police officers' prayer. Go on and look that up. It's a great thing. Hey, Trip H, how are you tonight? Stacy, how are you? Go in and read that and understand where it is. A lot of police officers get a bad rep. A lot of military people coming home and that haven't been home for a while get a bad rap because we are crotchety old geezers that people just absolutely have to hate for a little while, because we've had to deal with a lot of bad people for a long period of time. So kind of it does skew you. It does make you look at people a little bit other way, but the training part of it doesn't change. You are responding. You're looking. I'm picking up stuff way faster than anybody else is. That's why I'm going to put out a series, and I would like to get your thumbs up if you guys want to see this. Hey, Brett, how are you? Mary Carter, how are you? David, how are you? I'm going to, Papa Trucker, how are you? I'm going to make a series on how to interact with law enforcement. And this is going to come from my personal experience as a law enforcement officer, and just try to show that respect and how you can gain that thing, how to make yourself in a better standing in your community and where you're at so that you don't have to worry about that. McCoy Oaks Hill Farm, how are you? I want to be able to put that out. And if you guys want to see that, I'm going to go and I'm going to actually do some role play. I may go down to Big Bear Homestead and have them role play out some stuff for us and make these up like a training video. What do you need to do when somebody pulls you up? We all know if a police officer pulls you up, you don't need to be digging through your glove box. 10 and 2, wait till they come up, have your driver's license out if you can. When they get up to your thing, you hand them. When they ask you for your registration and insurance, I'm going to get in my glove box. If you know your glove box has a firearm in it, sir, I've got a 38 in my glove box. I'm going to get that. I'm going to go in there, but know this. Okay, boom. Then he's going to give you permission. Now, he may take a step back. If he's smart, he's going to touch your car and then he's going to take a step back because he's going to protect himself. So he'll be over there and you get in your box, you get your stuff out, close your box back and hand it to him. Hands it 10 and 2. You know, when you go out and someone can come up and put you in a situation where you're called out of your home, these are what kill you guys. In any situation that makes you feel uncomfortable, don't look that you're looking eye contact, but be looking at these, because that is as quick as it takes. Pull a knife out. That's as quick as it takes. These kill you. To snatch you up real quick when something's going on, these are what kill people. Guns and knives and sticks and bricks and nothing else kill you. These kill you. The mindset that controls these are what give you a hard time. So that's where we're at on that. That's what I wanted to discuss, was the Fourth Amendment. We can go into this way deeper than we can do, because you have these private things, the stuff that went on and has been going on with North Country Off Grid. That's a violation on a governmental agency that's using stuff and going in a different way. The situation that's been going on with this swatting stuff is a one's more of a civil matter. It's still criminal, but civil matter, and one is more of a criminal. I'm trying to do harm. Where you're at, the Kyle, how are you? These are knives and guns. These make a knife and a gun operate all day long. Nothing else can. What I would like to tell you is, don't panic. Don't be scared. Don't be worried that you getting a phone call or something. It's a robo phone call. Be respectful, understand where you're at, and take that and complain. If you don't give them that, you're gonna be there. All right, I got a question over here. Seeing that I talked with my sheriff today, he told me of a guy that who was swatted, that answered the door with his video camera controller in his hand. He was shot. Absolutely, right here. Don't take your phone. Don't take anything else. How can I help you? You're going to your door. You got to open your door. When you open your door, hands go up on the door frames. How can I help you? Step outside. Place your hands in the air. Place your hands behind your head. Interlace your fingers. Turn around. Go down. If you have an issue where you can't do that, you verbally tell them, I'm in a wheelchair. I have a bad knee. I can't bend down. I will do whatever you need me to do, but give me an alternate way to go down and do it. Okay? Carol, obviously you hadn't got the memo yet, fishes and loaves. There's a thing going on right now called swatting, and it's where you have individuals that are using VPNs and stuff to hide their location. They're going in, they're stealing your phone number, changing it by one digit, calling up the local sheriff department and reporting a horrendous crime. So a SWAT team will show up during your live with the chance and hopes that something happens, that someone gets hurt, shot, killed, something of that nature, for their enjoyment, to get their rocks off. So that's in a nutshell what that is. Two Family will be on directly after this in about 15 minutes. And be there. Busy little house. Exactly. Panic removes common sense. Knowing what to do is training. Great class idea. Thank you very much, Karen. But she hit it right on the head, guys. Training is the key to anything. To become a great gardener, Big Sky Dreamer 26, how are you? If you guys have a question, put it in all caps, because I'll get to chatting and I can catch the all caps pretty easy out of my corner of my eye. Training is the key. If you're a good gardener, you don't become a good gardener by going out and planting seeds in the ground. You go on to being a good gardener by training and understanding and figuring out what your environment has to be able to go. So all the tools that you put up here make you a great gardener, not just because you're a great gardener. Some people get a little bit better, but when you train, if it be law enforcement, dealing with law enforcement, so if you become a better individual within your community, which is a hard thing for some of us to do in the homesteading, because we want to get away from that. But if you know that, you're putting that training and those tools in your box, because you're knowing how to deal with these people. There are dumb people. There are dumb people in law enforcement. There are dumb people in, every part of life. It's just the point of knowing how to deal with those people. As a firefighter, I can attest to training being vital. you will find yourself in a deadly situation and you will know how to get yourself out there. Being a fighter, you'll know my air just went out. I'm in the middle of a fire, smoke stick, this, that, and other. You'll know, check my reg, go through this, check check these lines, go through this, do this. I can't get through there. I'm hitting the ground. I'm doing what I need to do. And it's second nature because of training. So when you're doing that stuff, it's great. You know, let's talk about something that Ivan, just the other life, mentioned last night, and he kind of got beat up a little bit on it. I beat him up and threw a punch in there just a little bit, but I understand what he was saying. Okay, he was talking about having cameras and talking through a microphone and this, that, and the other, and having this stuff set up around your two family. Hey, how are you guys doing? I've already told everybody to come over. We're going to try to go an hour. It may go a second or two over. It's going pretty well. So, but everybody will be there and coming over to see you here in just a little bit. But the thing is, and here's what you got to remember. If they're responding to a call, they're going to want to see face-to-face on you. Now, where that stuff comes in and honor is it gives you the opportunity to know that there's someone there that's not just the bad guy. So you're going to know, Grammy, so happy, how are you? You're going to know to go out with your hands up. You're going to know how to do all kinds of stuff. But what you're going to be able to do is also make that first communication. Hey, guys, I'm coming out the door. Got nothing in my hands. I'll have my hands in the air. And you can already be telling them you're going to do what you need to do. But to sit there and try to communicate as a full conversation through a mic and things of that nature to be there, it's going to make you look a lot more suspicious, and your door is probably going to get knocked down more if it's not just hello, how are you? That's why they don't ring a doorbell. They want your attention when they come pounding on that door. They're wanting to cause that shock, that because it puts you out of a place to where you can simply reach over and pick up a firearm or whatever it may be. Okay, so know that it's all about respect. It's all about what you need to do. It's all about those tools and that training that you're putting into your box. So with that said, I'm going to grab somebody real quick. I'm going to get somebody to give me some subject. McCoy, I think it's McCoy Family Farm. Am I right? Let me see. Let me go back up here real quick. McCoy's Oak Hill Farm. Would you like to give us subject for next week? You can pick out whatever you would like to talk about. We will be reading scripture. We will be reading from the Constitution. I think we have some Psalms that we're going to read next week that's going to be sent to me in email forms. There you go. Thank you for tagging them. If you would like to pick out our subject of our talking or class, however you want to refer to that, if you'd like to do that, I would appreciate that. You can think on it for a few minutes. We got 15 or 20 minutes, but let me know a subject matter on here so people can know for next week. Hey, She Moved Mountain, how are you? Emily Green Thumb, how are you? Seeing a couple of names I hadn't seen before. 2.5 Acres, how are you? Organic Raw, my bro is in law is a hacker for the Army. He told my brother-in-law is a hacker in the Army. He told me you want to do lives, you can mask your number with a VPN, virtually private network. Organic Raw Roots Farm, you can use a VPN, but the thing is, that's what they're using to gather your information, and they're just reverse doing all this. If most of these people, you're going to go to the corner to think for a few minutes. That's fine. It can be a prepping subject. It can be a gardening subject. It can be a constitutional subject. It can be a self-defense subject, firearms, anything you want. You think about it. It doesn't. We've done composting toilets on here, so we've done everything. So VPNs are a good idea. VPNs help. But when you're not talking about the kid aspect of this thing, and you're talking about the person that's just dark and wants to do this for gain, because some of these people, I have a feeling, are getting gain out of this. They're doing it and being paid by someone else to try to get something going. Hey, Kevin, how are you? When you're starting to look at that and you're starting to see that where it's at, when they're at that level, they're smart enough to get around that kind of stuff. The thing is once again, have respect. Respect the situation. Understand where it's at. Don't fear what's going on, and go on. And it is disturbing. Diana Burris, how are you? When will you start this training? I'll try to get the first video out next week. I'll probably do that one on myself. And I'm going to try to do, I may start out a little differently than what you would think I'm going to do. I'm going to start out with children's respect for law enforcement. How do we put back that moral thread of getting there? Because ultimately that is where we're going to make the biggest change. So there, just the other life is commenting on the VPN thing. That guy is smarter on all this technical stuff than I am. So please try that. I am scared to do lies. I haven't done one yet. Organic raw roots, there's nothing to them. You get on, you do what you need to do, you rock them out, you have fun with it, and don't worry about the craziness. When you start getting some of these computerized messages and stuff, it's crazy. Don't be scared. Sharon, how are you? I'm trying to catch it. Do you close out your show with a prayer? If not, I ask you, do you do? Thank you. We have closed out the show, Sharon, with a prayer. But I'm a big advocate that when you say your prayer, you should bend your knee in a private place and you should say the Lord's Prayer, Sharon, because God already knows everything that you need. God already understands that. And Paul and several other disciples have said in the Bible that when you're saying these big elaborate prayers and you're asking for stuff and you're doing that, it's for show. And I still say prayers like that because it's something that helps me. But when you want to say a prayer and you really want to go in there, the Lord's Prayer does everything you need it to do. The Lord's Prayer gives you the strength that you need to do, and it allows and opens that channel up with God, with direct line to God, to let Him understand what is going on. Because not Him to understand it understands that you're talking to Him. He already knows everything else. So what I would like you to do is to take that opportunity and just bend the knee right now. There's nobody around you watching and doing it. Say your prayer, say the Lord's Prayer. God knows where you're at. You don't need to get on a soapbox like I do sometimes and go through all that. You just need to love yourself and be there. Grandma's so happy. I'm trying to catch your thing. You're not putting in all caps. Chris, you are right. We need I missed it, Grandma. So happy. Resend that one. I can try to get it. I haven't got time to run back up. I am sorry the pain. Okay. Remember to put it in all caps for me, guys, if you want me to answer a question. It helps me out a lot. We got 92 people on, 92 thumbs up. Thank you. I think I saw it hit 95 or 96 earlier. Dropping some. I'm not telling you not to pray. I'm not telling you not to pray in your own way. I'm just saying that the good Lord tells us how to pray and how to get. And I think that sometimes is where it gets mixed. Let's see, Kyle, Chris, when you get a chance, look up Hero's Last Call. My dad tried to get it going a few years ago, and we are about to try again. Send me some information, Kyle. Let me see what it is. I'm definitely no hero, but I don't know if that's where we're going with that or not. Okay. She moved out. My mom said, Chris, you are right. We need to not let them get to us last night. I was really scared, but we have hope in everyone coming together to kick this gone the mess. Absolutely. Grandma Sue happy. The thing is don't be fear of it. It's there. It's going to be silliness for a while. It's going to continue on. We're not going to stop it. Don't think we're going to stop it. It's going to happen, and it's where we're at. Okay, a subject I'm not real familiar with, so that's going to be cool. You haven't been. Let me write this down. VERMICO posting. Okay, that sounds like a good one. Done, McCoy. So yeah, just take that into feeling and you know, Cool. I might send you an email on that one and look into it a little more. I may know a lot more than what I'm saying right now, but it's just not clicking with me. I don't get the come and take it. I got to come and take it 2.5 acres. That's all I'm caught of. You're sorry. But yeah, so just remember that. Mary Carter, how are you? Worms. Okay. Now I got you. Worm composting. Got it. Mims's Gardens in for the rescue there. Yeah, that is something that I want to do too, get castings and get the tea and all that good stuff. So yeah, absolutely. I may give you a call on that. I've been wanting to do that myself. Not much time left. Yeah, we don't have much time left, and we're going to jump off of here and we're going to go over and see. Oh yeah, Second Amendment. Come get mine too. We're going to get off here and go over and check out Two Family. 2.5 acres, just to go on that. One of the ways that they're swatting people, this is not just sending the SWAT team to your house. It's sending CPS to your home. It's doing things to where they're reporting you as a Second Amendment owner as having some mental issue and doing a welfare check on you. So then you get red labeled and they come in and take your guns for a while. So it's crazy. I want to do two things real quick before we jump off of here. One of you amazing people sent me this amazing gift today. This is the Solar Intershock 30 by Premier One. It's a solar powered solar fence for animals and goats and chickens and stuff. Thank you, prayers. Love you. You guys realize you don't have to do that stuff. I really, really appreciate it. That's something that's been on my wish list that I've been wanting to buy for a long time. And that was amazing. So thank you very much to the individual that sent that. I don't think they're on here commenting tonight, but I think they're on here. So with that being said, I love it. I thank each and every one of you for being here, for supporting us as a channel. We've got more videos coming out this week. There's more content that's on the paper or on the paper to be done and everything. My internet's working. I actually uploaded a video today in 1.5 hours, which is, you guys know, that's crazy from right here. So with that said, God bless. Live with what God gives you. And we're going over to see Two Family Homestead. See you guys.